Hi guys, it's Miss Hopper here. Today we are going to work on comparing and contrasting two different texts about the same topic. So I have for you two different texts on coyotes. Let's read the directions and make sure you're paying attention because tomorrow your activity is going to look just like this. Let me zoom in. Our directions say, read the two informational texts on coyotes. Then compare and contrast the information in the two texts by using the Venn diagram. Here I have informational text 1 and 2. Let's get started. So the tip is here, try to pay attention to what you're reading and see if things that you're reading in the second text sound familiar to you. If they sound familiar to you, then probably you read it in the first text. So let's look. Coyotes appear in many Native American tales. They are usually depicted as smart and strong beasts in stories. Coyotes are members of the dog family. They once lived in open prairies and deserts, but they now roam the continent's forests and mountains. These animals will eat almost anything. They hunt animals such as rabbit, fish, frogs, and even deer. They can also eat insects, snakes, fruit, and grass. They are known for killing pets, such as cats and small dogs. People who live in the desert must be careful of leaving small animals alone outside at night. So now let's look at the second text. This text is also going to be about coyotes. You will find coyotes in deserts and valleys. Desert coyotes are light gray or tan and have a black tip on their tail. Coyotes travel during the day and hunt at night. They can run swiftly, which helps them catch their prey easily. Coyotes eat meat and fish. They don't even mind eating spoiled or rotten meat. The coyote is one of the few animals whose howls are heard at night. Coyotes can howl, yelp, bark, or huff. Their howls are used to keep in touch with other coyotes in the area. The coyote is a member of the dog family. I feel like I heard that before. I'll have to look and see if that is in the first text as well. The coyote even looks like a medium-sized collie dog. One of the main differences is that the tail of the coyote is round and bushy. So now that we've read both of these texts, I'm going to show you a strategy that I would show my class that can help you complete your Venn diagram. We want to be very specific when we're writing our information down below. So I would get a highlighter. I am on Shovie, so you should be able to do this with your assignment. My favorite color is purple, so I'm definitely going purple. So I want to first find things in both passages that say the same thing. So I want to be sure that I'm looking through and I'm making sure that each item I find is in both passages. That will go in the middle of our diagram here. So I said that I'm pretty sure I heard something about, that's really big. Is there a way I can make this smaller? Oh, yes, perfect. Cool. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that I read something about it saying that coyotes are a member of the dog family. Let me highlight that. And let me see if I can find it up in this first passage here. Coyotes appear in many of the Native American tales. They're usually depicted as smart and strong beasts. Coyotes are members of the dog family. Oh, it says the same thing or a similar thing in both texts. So I know that both of these texts tell me that coyotes are members of the dog family. Let's see if I can find anything else that's in both of our informational texts. They once lived in open prairies and deserts, but they now roam the continent's forests and mountains. Okay, here we go. This one talks about how it eats almost anything. They hunt animals such as rabbits, fish, frogs, and even deer. Let me see if this second one talks about what they eat. Okay, they hunt, they catch their prey. Here we go. Coyotes eat meat and fish. So I'm going to highlight that because it talks about that they eat the same things, even though it said it differently. They hunt animals. An animal is a meat, so that counts for what it said in the second passage. So they both eat meat, and they both said that they eat meat, and they both said that they eat fish. Is there anything else? I'm not seeing anything else. Let me pick a different color, and this color is going to show me what it talks about in the first passage that it doesn't talk about in the second passage. So I definitely remember how it said in the first passage that they used to live in the deserts and the prairies, but now it says now they roam the continents, forests, and mountains. Does it say anything about that below? I want to be sure that I'm not making a boo-boo. It doesn't say anything about where they live except in the desert. But in this one, it says that they live in forests and mountains now. Let's see if there's anything else that I can see that's not in the second passage. Okay. Oh, yes. It says that they kill pets such as cats and small dogs. It didn't say anything about that here, so I can get that information from my first passage. Let me pick a different color, and I'm going to go to the second passage, and I want to find something that's not in the first passage. So, you know, one thing it does say, it says that, look, they don't even mind eating spoiled or rotten meat. It didn't say anything about that in the beginning. It said that they eat meat, but it never said in the first passage that it was rotten or it could be rotten and they'd be fine with it. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. They did not talk about howls. They didn't talk about how the coyotes howl to keep in touch with each other. Let's see if I can find anything else. I did find something else that was the same. Right here, it says coyotes travel during the day and hunt at night. So this one says that they hunt during the night, so they like to go out at night. The first passage doesn't quite say that they hunt at night, but listen to this. People who live in the desert must be careful of leaving small animals alone outside at night. So that makes me think the reason they don't want them to leave the animals outside at night is because coyotes will eat the animals at night because that's when they hunt. So I find that interesting here. I'm going to highlight that because that's in both of our texts. That's why it's purple. So now we are ready to make our Venn diagram. I hope that when you do your Venn diagram with your two passages, I really hope that you try to highlight. It might make it easier for you because we want to be very specific and we want to make sure we're saying what the text is saying. So what I would do is I would either write or type. It's easier for me to type, so I'm on a computer, so let me type. Let's go back and look at what they both have. Coyotes are a member of the dog family, so they're a member of the dog family. Both articles and both passages say that. So that's going to go in the middle. What else did they say? Both passages talked about how coyotes eat fish and meat. Okay, what else did I get? Oh, in both passages, coyotes hunt at night. Coyotes hunt at night. And I'm going to try my best to make sure it's very neat so we can look at it. See if it'll let me. Ooh. I wonder if it'll move it here. Here we go. I'm wanting to move it in the middle as best as I can so that way we can read it. Here we go. That's going to be in the middle. Okay. So over here, we need to write what the first text discusses. Okay, so in the first text, text 1, we highlighted that in blue. So the first text told us that they now live in mountains and forests. Coyotes now live in mountains and forests. What else did we highlight in blue? So they also kill pets such as cats and small dogs. Not a good thing. Kill pets like cats and dogs. Okay, and I'm going to move that over here. Now remember, what I have on this side is of course going to be what is different in what we learned from the first text. Okay? In text 2, this is going to be on this side of my chart. I'm looking for what's in green because that was what was different from the first text. So this one, we learned that they don't mind eating rotten meat. So we can write coyotes don't care if the meat is bad. Let's put that. They don't care if it's been sitting there for a few days. What else did we think of? Their howls are used to keeping in touch with other coyotes in the area. So I can write in my own words, coyotes howl to talk to one another. So that is basically all you need to do. Be sure that you're being very specific when you're writing your text. Don't say they both talk about coyotes. That's not going to help you. We want to make sure that we're being very specific. And I would love it if my class would highlight, that way I can see where your responses are. Okay, guys, this was it. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, let us know.